Well, with fierce competition for admission and scholarships, Potential Magazine has some helpful information that may just help your student. The top two items used in the admissions process are GPA and ACT, SAT scores. Here with more on what you and your student need to know, Potential Magazine publisher Pam Mashburn. Some important information for parents and students. First, explain to us, what is the residual ACT?
Yeah, so a residual ACT is when you can take the standardized ACT test. There's basically 6 national dates. But you can actually take it at the college of your choice. So if you go to Jacksonville State and take it, it would only apply, that score would only apply at Jacksonville State, but you're not set to those 6 dates.
So why would you want to take this?
Yeah, so the reason that you want to take it is, one, if your child is not a good test taker on a Saturday morning, okay, mine's not.
A lot of us aren't.
Yeah, especially after a Friday night game, you know, and maybe he's in the marching band or their football or whatever, they may not test well on that Saturday morning, and that test is about half of the admission process and half of the scholarship eligibility. So we don't want to mess those up. The other thing is you might miss registration. Guilty, we missed it for this one coming up. And I work in this every day. So it's easy to do, but there's only 6 during the school year. So you want to, if you know that you want to go to Jacksonville State or AUM or ASU, talk to them about your child taking the residual ACT. It's the exact same test, but there's a little more flexibility in when you take it.
And if that's going to help your child get a better score, then that's the way you want to go, because we taught recently just a few points can make a huge difference in scholarship money.
Yeah, 1 point can make as much as $40,000 difference on a freshman scholarship. So we don't want to play around with those things, you know. And the other nice thing is that they get to know what their score is right away. So, or actually the next day. Whereas with, you take the national one, you have to wait several weeks to get it back. So you would know, okay, I need to take it again and I need to study. Now there are some things that you need to know, and one of them is if you're not planning to go to that college, even if you scored really well, it would only apply to that college. So that's one thing. The second thing you'd want to know is that if your son or daughter is an athlete for the NCAA, it wouldn't count for their eligibility. It's another thing. And every school is different. They may count it just for admissions, but they may also count it for scholarship. I know Jacksonville State counts it for scholarships, AUM counts it for scholarships. Even if they don't count it for scholarships, you know what, another thing that they use it for is remedial classes. So what your score is on the English portion and the math portion, even though your child may have been a 4.0 student, if they didn't test well, they may say, oh, they need to take remedial. And if you take remedial, you know what happens there.
Yeah.
No credit, but you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. And
yeah.
So, and you really need to weigh the pros and cons, because you don't want to waste money taking this test and then you can't use these scores, or you end up in one of those residual classes when you know, hey, I already know this information.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I think it's the best kept secret out there. You can only take the ACT 12 times. So once you take it the 13th time, it doesn't count. I don't know very many kids taking it 12 times.
I was going to say 12 would be a lot.
The Mashburns are not. Yeah, it's hard to get us in there for 2 or 3. But anyway, and it's done between November 1st and September 30th. Another great thing is that you could take it in the summer. And, you know, right now, if you're going to Auburn or if you're going to any of the colleges, if you have a senior, there's basically only 2 tests left. So they may not be good dates. They may not be a good fit for them. So talk to those schools that you're really interested in about this residual ACT.
Where can we find more information?
Right, go to potentialmagazine.com and you can find some more information about that. But call your recruiters, call your admissions counselors.
All right, Pam, thank you so much. More great information for parents with kids headed to college.